Yeah, hi there, it's Chris here. So in this video, I'm going to be showing us how to download and install WAZUH SIEM tool, the security information and event management tool that is used in cybersecurity. WAZUH can be used to audit our systems according to different compliance standards, such as GDPR, EPA, PCI DSS, and more. So I'm gonna be going straight away to download Windows 10. We're gonna need Windows 10. We're gonna be jumping right to this direct download link, which I'm there already. So that's the link. So basically, I'm just gonna scroll down and create an installation media. Yeah. So to create Windows 10 installation media, I'm just gonna say download tool. So this, I'm gonna run it once that is downloaded. So I'm gonna go to the downloads, refresh. Okay, that's the one. So I'm just gonna double click on it or right click and say to run as administrator. Then I'll say yes. So this might take a while, so we're just gonna be doing other things while this is working in the background. So I'm just gonna wait for it to start. I'm gonna increase something here quickly. Something I need to do here quickly. Okay, here is 180 seconds, so that's fine. So basically, I'm just gonna accept the installation agreement, and we are just creating a media for Windows 10, basically an installation media for it. So while this is getting ready, I'm just gonna go. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do: create installation media USB flash drive DVD or ISO file for another PC. So I'm gonna say next because we are now upgrading this PC. So then I'm gonna say yeah, that's Windows 10 64-bit architecture, United States. So yeah, just gonna say next. And then here I'm gonna choose ISO file because I'm gonna be browsing, the file from my virtual machine. So I'm gonna say yes. So we leave it in downloads. Once that is done, we're gonna save it in downloads. So I'm just gonna say save, and yeah, so we're gonna minimize this. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is to go and download Oracle VirtualBox. So that's the direct download link for that. That's the hypervisor we're gonna be using to create our virtual machines. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna paste that. So I'm choosing Windows hosts. So that's downloading already. The download is in progress. So yeah, this is 12%. This will take a while. So I'm gonna leave this in the background. And then I'm gonna check what is next on the menu. Okay, so this is for us to download the WAZUH OVA. Open virtual appliance basically. So I've got that downloaded already, but I'm just gonna navigate to that page. I'm gonna browse that page and show us the contents of it. So that has finished downloading. So I'm gonna paste this here. So the OVA, if we want to download the OVA file, we just need to click on this and it's gonna start downloading it. So it contains the Linux 2, WAZUH Manager, WAZUH Indexer, Firebase, and the WAZUH dashboard. So that's what the package contains basically. We just have to click on here and it's gonna start downloading it. I'm not gonna download it again because I've got it here already, so that's the reason why. And I've got the VirtualBox downloaded already, so this is still creating the installation media for us for the Windows 10. So the VirtualBox, I'm just gonna run it as well. I'm gonna say run as an administrator to install it. So I'll say yes. Install. So that's gonna install as well. So we're just waiting for that installation to start basically. Set these on 50%. So I had VirtualBox installed before, but I uninstalled it just for the purpose of this video. So there might be some virtual machines that I still have there when I start it. Yeah, so I'm gonna launch it and see. Okay, so I've still got my old virtual machines because the file I didn't delete these ones. So what I can do now is I've got this here already, the OVA file. So I'm just gonna open it with VirtualBox. I'm gonna right click on it to import it as a WAZUH OVA file. So I don't want to open with that with VMware, so I want to open with VirtualBox Manager. So I'm gonna click on that, and then it's gonna we are able to import it there. So we're just gonna say to finish, and then we're gonna go to the settings. We're gonna turn it off after booting it up because we need to go to the settings and change some things in the adapter settings. So we're waiting for the Windows installation media. Yeah, that's almost done. It will take a while for that to finish installing. I mean, for that to actually finish. So we're just waiting for that while our WAZUH server is booting up as well. And we're waiting for it. I mean, it's actually importing the appliance basically. So the next thing on the menu, okay, let's see this. That's almost done. It's finished importing. So I think it's gonna start automatically. Let's see. Okay, so we go to the settings because I want to change the adapter settings. So here, general, we should be fine. There is a network that I'm interested in. Okay, that's breached already, so that's fine. So I said it's breached. Promiscuous mode, we'll see if we can't communicate with it, then we're gonna have to go here and say to allow all. So we leave that as is. So then we're gonna say okay, and then we're gonna start the WAZUH server. So waiting for it to power up. Okay, this is still taking some time. So it's entirely up to us. If you want to use Windows Server for this, we can do that as well. So well, I'm just using Windows 10 for this installation. I could use Windows Server as well, but I'm just trying to show us how to. Okay, yeah, that's done basically. So we're just gonna click on finish. So we go check the downloads because it's supposed to be in the downloads. So we supposed, yeah, so that's our ISO file. So we're gonna be using this to create a Windows 10 virtual machine. So we're gonna go back here. So our WAZUH server has started already. So what we need to do is this. Let's try to maximize this. Okay, we're gonna lose our mouse cursor now. So the username here is because we want to verify the IP address. So it's WAZUH server, and then the password is WAZUH as is. Okay, I'm just gonna release my mouse so that I press Ctrl delete, press cancel. So the username is WAZUH user, password WAZUH. So I'm gonna double click here again. So I'm gonna say WAZUH user, WAZUH-user, enter, then password WAZUH. That's our WAZUH server. So I'm gonna say sudo bash. That was a mistake there. So let's say Control Z. Something was mistakenly typed there. It will take a while for us to get the console back. It was mistakenly typed, so I don't know if this is taking a while. I might just restart the server. I'm just gonna do a quick restart. Okay, let's do this first. Can we do that? Okay, so we're gonna wait for this to start, and then we're gonna get the IP address of this before we start the installation with the Windows 10. So that's gonna take a while as well. So say capture, so then say WAZUH. If config, I want to get the IP address, the IPv4 address of this. So what we've got here, okay, we've got an IP address, so which is 10.0.0.143. So I'm just gonna say Control Delete to release my thing. So that's the IP address here, 10.0.0.143. So I'm gonna try to ping it from the hosts. Wow. Press something here trying to get the host, but .0.0.143. So we are good. We are able to ping our WAZUH server from the host. So I'm just gonna note down this IP address here. I'm gonna copy it and paste it here because it's gonna be needed later. So that's okay. That's for the old server that I had. So that's about that. I'm just gonna minimize this. Then we start to create our Windows 10 VM now. So we're just gonna go to VirtualBox. Why don't I have two of these open? So I'm gonna do that. Go to VirtualBox. Then I'm gonna say to create new. So I name it Win10. So the ISO image, I'm gonna browse for it. I'm gonna say order. So I've got it here. I'm gonna select it. I'm gonna say open. So then I'm gonna say next. So if the name is okay, you're gonna get this green check mark. If the name is not okay, you're gonna get a red one. So you need to change the name until you get that. So I'm gonna say next. So I'm gonna give it 4 gigs. So that's 4080. Yeah, 4096. So 4 gig of RAM. So then I'm gonna the processor, I'm gonna give it, let's say 4. So I'm gonna say next. So to create a virtual disk, yeah. So why is it okay? I want to create a virtual disk, yeah. So and we are leaving that as 50 gigabytes, so that's okay. So then I can say finish. So this part it's not gonna start up because we're gonna need a license anyway. We're not gonna be able to go to that installation bit. So we're just gonna wait. Our recording is still ongoing. Accept. Let's check something here quickly. Okay, I was supposed to enable this when it was powered off. So I'm gonna do that later on. Not really. I think we are on the right track. So we're just gonna wait for this. I'm gonna pause the recording while this is installing, so that we don't, so that this video is not unnecessarily long. Yeah, we're waiting for our Windows 10 to finish installing. So we're still waiting. I'm gonna pause the video again. Okay, so this one is asking us to enter a username, so I'm just gonna use the great. I'll say next. Then it's asking us for a password. So saying next, we're gonna confirm the password. And I'm saying next. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause it here as well. Okay, so we're still finalizing our Windows 10 OS. So find my device here, location-based experience. Okay, we can just accept all these defaults here. And then here we're gonna skip. It's a lot of things. Not now. Okay, Cortana wants to speak.
Voice mode on.
So Windows 10 is finalizing the installation. So I think I'm gonna pause this recording again. So we're gonna add guest addition CD to our VM to improve the user experience. So we're just gonna say devices, insert guest addition CD image. So that's actually going to improve our user experience with this. And then we go here, we go check it. So this PC, yes, so that's the one. Then we can right click. Okay, I'm gonna open it, and then we're gonna run this one, the AMD 64. We're gonna run that. Right click, say run as administrator, and yes, next, we install that. So that's gonna actually enable us to be able to copy things from the bi-directionally, basically from the host to the guest and from the guest to the host. So we're gonna see that as well, and it's gonna improve our experience with the VM as well. So it's finished. So I'm gonna reboot the VM, and then I'm gonna put it in full screen mode. So I'm gonna do this. I don't want that to take over my screen, so I'm gonna do that one more time. So we're gonna do that. I'll reduce it. So there's a way it has to be, and I can switch between the both of them, between the host and the guest. Okay, I think it needs to restart first before I can do that. So we are waiting for this. I think we're gonna pause this as well. So Windows has finished restarting. Windows gonna log in, and then we download the WAZUH agent here. So I'm gonna try to put this in full screen mode. Okay, so this is how I want it to be. I can see the guest, and I can see the guest, and I can see the host taskbar. So that's what I was trying to do while it was rebooting. So I'm just gonna make sure we are still recording. Yeah, so I'm gonna launch Microsoft Edge. And then, okay, basically with what we've done, we just, because I've got some links on the notepad, so I need to go to the VirtualBox manager and then edit the settings one more time. I need to do advanced, so to share the clipboard, so that I want the copy paste to be bi-directional, and then drag and drop to be bi-directional as well, so from host to guest and from guest to host. So now we are good. So then let's see. Okay, why is this? Okay, start without syncing data. Continue without data. So I'm just gonna go here and copy the link to download our WAZUH agent. Download it there so that we can. So Control C. Then I'm gonna go to our WAZUH dashboard as well. Control V. So the WAZUH agent, we want to use the GUI, the graphic user interface, to install it. So I'm just gonna click on this. I'm downloading this on the virtual machine because this is the virtual machine that we want to use as our WAZUH agent. So I'm gonna do this. It's finished downloading. I'm gonna go to the file explorer. I'm gonna check downloads, and that's our WAZUH agent. So then I'm gonna double click on it, so I can accept the license agreement and install it. I'll say yes. So I'm gonna say to run the agent configuration interface. I check mark this and I say finish. So I say yes. So yeah, it's there in the background. So I'm gonna close this. So right here, to avoid any confusion, I'm gonna close this page. Let's open another tab so that we can see that, yeah, this is what we've got. Or I'll close everything totally and leave the desktop on like that. Yeah. So what we're gonna do next is from my host, I don't want to overload the the guest, the VM. So I'm just gonna type the IP address of the WAZUH server and go to the dashboard of the WAZUH server basically. So from here, IP address, I pasted it somewhere here before, 143, yeah. So that's the URL. We're just gonna say HTTPS and then the IP address of the WAZUH server. So my Windows machine as well, I still need to, the VM, we need to make sure they are on the same system. So we're just gonna say advanced and then proceed to 143 because it's a self-signed certificate. So we are there on the dashboard. So this, the default username is admin and the password is admin. So we're gonna say to login. We don't want to save that. Okay, yeah, it's saying yeah, it's been found in some data breaches. So at the moment we don't have any agent registered. So that's our WAZUH dashboard. So we don't have any agents here yet. So what we're gonna do now is to go here, and then this one we need PuTTY. So the manager IP is 10. Our WAZUH server IP address is what we're gonna put here, 10.0.0.143. So for our agents, we need to go to our VirtualBox manager to ensure that it's on the same network as the WAZUH manager. So we can just check the IP address here first. We go to CMD. So we do IP config / all. So okay, it's 10.0.0.11. So it seems to be on the same network. I'm gonna check to verify that. We're gonna see, yeah, because it's 255.255.255. So with the WAZUH manager, it seems to be on the same network, but we're gonna go to the VirtualBox manager and make sure that this is breached. So I think we've done that already. Yeah, it's breached adapter, so it's on the same network. So because all the network bits, they are all zeros, and then those bits, we've got the last octet there that says 11. So we are good over there. So we go back to this agent. So the IP address of our agent, we're just gonna put it here just for memory's sake. And that was .11, right? So WAZUH client 10.0.0.11. Yeah, and the agent, the server is 143. Yeah, and that's what we used before to access that dashboard. So what we're doing here now is we're gonna SSH. This one you're gonna need PuTTY, but you can download PuTTY directly from this link. So I think I had it somewhere here. So yeah, I should have it somewhere here. I think it's gone. So you might need to, okay, that's the one. So putty.org. So you're just gonna copy that and then paste it on your browser and download PuTTY from there. So I'm gonna put it here as well. So I might put everything in the description box of this video. So without much ado, I'm just gonna get back to it. This video is taking longer than expected. So let's go here. So we're gonna launch POTI, and then we're gonna enter the IP address of our WAZUH server. This is when we want to get the key, the registration key for these agents. The authentication key we're gonna insert here. So we're gonna say 10.0.0.143. So we accept the key. We're gonna accept that, and then we logging in as WAZUH user, WAZUH-user, and the password is WAZUH. So that's it. We can say sudo bash to elevate our privilege, and then what we need to do is we're gonna enter this command. I've got it here. Basically, var osec bin manage agents. So this how we're gonna import, and when we're gonna get the authentication key from our WAZUH manager. So we were using this, so that's POTI. So I'm just gonna Control V. Okay, this should be activated here. Okay, I need to right click to paste here. I totally forgot I'm using, this is Linux. So this is not copying what I copied. Okay, so that's it. We've pasted that command there, and then we're gonna say, so now we want to add an agent. To add an agent, we're gonna say A. We're gonna select A. A for alpha, we say yes. Well, I mean, we press enter. So he's adding new agent. So he says, please provide the following: a name for the new agent. So we can say Win10, basically. So the IP address of the agent. So here we need to verify it again and be sure. Be 100% sure. I think it's .11, 10.0.0.11. Yeah. So we're gonna specify that there. Go back to our POTI. That's 10.0.0.0.11. Enter. We'll press Y to confirm. So then now we want to extract the key, extract key for an agent. So we're gonna choose E here, E for echo. We're gonna say enter, and then it's telling me that we've got this available agents here, 001. The name is Win10, and that's the IP address. But if we check here now, if we go to our WAZUH dashboard before doing that, we're gonna see that we have the agent added already, but it's not gonna be. We're just gonna refresh this, but the agent is not gonna be active yet. So we have one total agent, and the agent is not yet connected. So if we check, we're gonna see the IP address of that agent there, but it's not recognizing the operating system and it's never been connected. So we need to get that authentication key now in order to connect that agent. So that's what we're doing now. And then so it says to provide the ID of the agent to extract the key. So the ID here is 001. That's the ID is giving us here. So that's 001. We're just gonna repeat, and then we say enter, and that's the key for the agent that is just provided to us now. So I'm gonna try to expand this. Then I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna highlight it and use Ctrl+C to copy. And then I paste on a notepad to ensure that what I've copied is what I'm going to paste. So this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that and paste. paste it here. Yeah, so I think we are good. We're just gonna verify that. So it's the same thing we've got. So I'm just gonna copy, Control C, I'll go there, I'm gonna paste the key here, and we should be good. So I'll say save. Yeah, agent ID and agent name, Windows 10, IP address, okay. So I can do this, I can restart. Yeah, I've restarted the agent. Now the service. So now if we go here, we're gonna see it's gonna change now to connected. So we can see the agent is active now. So once we click on it, we're gonna get on the information. So that's Windows 10, and that's Windows 10 Win10, the name of the agent, the IP address, and then Windows 10 Home, that's the version of the Windows 10, the operating system basically. So I think we're just gonna make another video. This is just what it is now. We're gonna make another video to show us how to set up file integrity monitoring, active response, and then vulnerability management. So those three features